What up, YouTube? It's Real Vision TV. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn that notification bell on. Now, again, I'm going to stress, we're trying to get this video to 1,000 likes, so help us with your support. So with that said, let's get started. We're going to roll into this reaction video pertaining to Jonathan Majors and Grace Jabari, where that trial is underway in New York in regards to a domestic violence charge. Now, we're just going to say this. At the end of the day, if you're a male, you're going to feel a certain way about this story. And if you're a female, you're going to feel a certain way about it as well. Either way you look at it, in our opinion here, Real Vision TV, this is a tale of two sides to the story. Now, what Jonathan Majors is facing is that he's been alleged to have used his cruelty and manipulation to control estranged Grace Jabari of 2 years. That was his girlfriend, and she discovered that Mr. Majors was cheating on her with another woman. Now, the psychological abuse, which she alleges, turned physical, and that's what led us into this whole domestic violence trial. Now, we also want to put out there that this is a misdemeanor. It's very rare that misdemeanors go to trial, right? It's very rare, and I can see why this one is going to trial, and we'll chime in on that a little bit later. Just going to run through a few of the facts here, or the alleged facts from this case, and more importantly, you know, fellas, I'm gonna be real with you. Stop chasing females for the way they look. Stop chasing the looks, man. Try to find decent women that got some brains, that got some integrity, and has good character, and that represents you well. When she's walking with you, you know, she's a good representation of you when she's not with you, right? This is the type of women you guys should be seeking. Stop chasing the BBL chicks. Stop chasing these type of weirdo chicks, man. Because Majors, I'll be honest with you, he was on his way up. You know, he just came off the Creed project. Everybody was feeling him. He had the muscles popping in the movie, pause. So you got to be honest. You know, the chicks was feeling him. A lot of chicks was talking about him, and I could totally see why Grace Jabari started to feel a certain type of way. I can totally see it. Now, moving on, it looks like they had a fair jury here. You know, they picked a fair jury, 3 men, 3 women, and 2 alternates. So they try to, I guess, balance this out. Make it fair, I guess, on both sides. Now, the assistant district attorney of New York, right, told the court that Grace Jabari had spotted a text from Mr. Majors' cell phone from another woman and grabbed the device. After the driver of the vehicle stopped and the confrontation spilled onto the street in Chinatown, New York, it's alleged that Majors violently shoved Jabari back into their chauffeured ride. Now, were there witnesses to this? I guess we'll see. But I think a guy with that type of build and strength, I think even if he just gave a girl a hug, it would feel aggressive. And I'm not trying to make jokes about it, but, you know, who knows? Now, more than once, it's alleged that Mr. Major struck and shoved and otherwise subjected Miss Jabari to physical contact with intent to harm and harass her. And there's, I guess, a video and medical records. I guess that's going to be her evidence to back up her account. But, you know, they're deeming this as alleged assault. And at the end of the day, a culmination of a relationship that's rooted in domestic violence perpetrated by Jonathan Majors against Miss Jabari over their time together. And again, like I said, they were only together 2 years. They were only together 2 years, people. And I'm pretty sure that this chick was acting real loosey-goosey around Jonathan Majors' networking events and his celebrity Hollywood events. She was probably loosey-goosey, and I think he started to notice that. That's just our opinion here. We're not taking sides. We're just going to just keep it real and just keep it a buck. It's here in Real Vision. We like to keep it 100% truth. And sometimes the truth hurts. Now, this arrest for Mr. Majors happened in late March at the apartment in Chelsea that he shared with Miss Jabari. He allegedly called 911 to the residence, and the police, when the police show up, we know how this goes. They always cater to the females. Let's be real about it. Now, they asked her what happened, right? And the district attorney in New York explained that Ms. Jabari was reluctant to divulge what had happened because the said defendant, Mr. Majors, manipulated her in the past and trained her to stay silent. So basically, they're trying to paint the picture like the police came to the door and she basically submitted with puppy eyes and stayed quiet. And another thing that she claims is that when the police was interviewing her, that Jonathan Majors was present during the interview. So I guess she felt that was a level of intimidation. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Of course, nothing to do so. Just hit the like button. Like I said, we're trying to get this to 1,000 likes today. Now, allegedly, there's evidence also. Now, this is Jonathan Majors' side and his team. They stated that there's evidence that Ms. Jabari, after hours away from Majors, she spent talking, texting, drinking, dancing, partying, and crying about her belief that Jonathan was unfaithful. That's what she told police, and that she couldn't account for her injuries. So basically, I guess she was too inebriated to even understand where her injuries came from. Now, Jonathan's team is saying that she's made, these are false statements. And this is an attempt to take away everything that Jonathan has worked for in his life at the end of the day. And like I said, people, this guy was on his way up. And you know what happens with niggas when they're always on their way up? They stick something in a balloon to deflate them a little bit. We know. So now, he's out here with Megan Good. Right? He's rocking with Megan Good now. Now, we will be 100% in belief of this story if his relationship with Megan Good does not work out and it turns out to be something similar in regards to domestic violence or something of the nature where his behavior is too aggressive for the female. Now, we will be on your neck, Mr. Majors, if that was to happen. But right now, we're just keeping it neutral. And we're just basically pointing out both sides. Just pointing out both sides. Now, this should last 2 weeks. 2 weeks tops. But at the end of the day, this, again, like I said, it sounds like a story of just a jealous rage of a female that, let's be honest. When you a guy like Jonathan Majors in Hollywood, chicks is gonna want you to smash. And if you with him, you gotta accept that reality. Now, I'm not saying that reality is for every female to accept, but like most celebrities, the shit comes with the territory. Let's just be real. Now, if you weak-minded and you're gonna break down and get all jealous because females is hollering at your man, well, you gotta understand why. And this is why I tell dudes again, Especially if your profession is that of something, a substance, or you're a celebrity, or you're a well-off dude and you got your shit together, you got to make sure that you are vetting these females out, because all it takes is one small incident, and your career could be shot. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section below. I mean, do you guys believe that he was this aggressive with this female? Do you think Jonathan Majors has a violent tendency inside of him that, you know, is secretive behind closed doors? Or do you think that this is just another case of a dude that, you know, he encountered being with a jealous female, and her jealousy basically will go to the extent where she doesn't want anybody else to be with this man besides her? Again, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and we are out.